How much we should price our online course so that we can make the most profit and at the same time acceptable by our customers. I believe many of you face the difficult decision of choosing the right price for your course. In this video, we'll cover how much you should charge for your course. Based on my research, what I can tell everyone is that almost 90% of the online courses on the market are priced wrongly. Hi, I'm Casey. In this video, we'll cover how much you should charge for your online course because it will directly affect how profitable your online course will be. Charging too little, you can't make money, and you self-downgrade your perceived values of your course, and at the end, you won't have enough profit to allocate for your marketings. Charging too much and people cannot afford it, and you're likely to have to reduce your price in order to get some sales. That makes you look really bad when you do that. If you're already running an online course, share with us in the comment below about your course price and how it works out for you. First, I want to share with you the survey that I've done based on Google source. Udemy, an internationally renowned online course platform, has surveys displayed on their platform that the average course completion rate per student is only 10%. It means that 90% of the students has never completed the course they have bought. Anyway, do you know why there are so many people who pay for a course but they didn't finish it, or some didn't even lock in? The answer is simple. Because the cost price is too cheap. Most of the online courses in today's market cost around $50 to $200. Of course, there are courses that cost a few $1000s. But let's think about it. For a course that costs a few $1000s versus a course that only costs about $50 to $200, do you think you will pay more attention to the cheap course? To be honest, I have bought many cheap courses myself, but for many of it, I still yet to log in and attend it. It still sits in my laptop collecting dust. I believe it's the same for most of you. You may have bought many cheap courses, but most of them you just purchased it to feel good, but you actually didn't study it. And I bet some of you have already forgotten that you have bought a cheap course before and haven't attended it at all, because that's what happens to me. Personally, I also bought courses that cost between 10k to 100k US. For these premium courses, not only did I finish them all, but I also have repeated them several times. And because I finished the whole course, I got to implement everything step by step, and it helps me to make a lot of money. I'm able to quit my job after working for 10 years as a broke employee, with only $150 in my savings that time. And I also managed to purchase 3 properties in 2 years after quitting my job. I'm sure those of you who have purchased premium courses before will agree with me. Before we get to the main point, I would also like to share some of the main reasons why selling your course for a low price is really a bad idea. Reason number 1. Cheap cost makes you lazy with your marketing. When you sell online course for a low price, it makes you lazy with your marketing. Think about it. Will you invest a significant amount of time and money marketing your course if each sales only worth a few dollars to you? Probably not, right? Don't make the mistake of thinking that people will buy something just because it's cheap. People want to know exactly what is included in what they are buying, and they want to know that it has value. Just because the price is low doesn't mean they will whip up their credit card and buy from you. Low price or not, you still need to market your course and persuade your prospect to buy your course. Reason number 2, you can't afford to advertise your course. When you sell your online course for a low price, you immediately limit your ability to spend money promoting your online course and generate a positive ROI. In fact, when you have a low cost price, you are more likely to lose money than you are to earn a profit when you pay for advertising, because you need to factor in marketing costs and your conversion rate. Let's look at an example. Let's pretend that you sell your course for $150. You spend some money on Facebook ads, and after running for a few campaigns, you determine that your average cost per lead is $10. To continue with this example, let's assume that your conversion rate from leads to buyer is 5%. So it means for every 20 leads that you obtain, you sell 1 course. Since every lead costs $10, you need to spend $200 on ads to generate a single sales worth $150. In this scenario, you lose $50. Now, can you see why having a low cost price make it so difficult to earn a profit? Reason number 3, you will degrade your cost perceived value. As a general rule, both online and offline, you get what you pay for. Since most buyers believe this to be true, this means that selling your course for a low price dramatically reduces its perceived value. If the price is cheap, the product must be cheap. That's the assumption of your target market will make. The perceived value of your online course will be a huge driver for sales, and setting your price too low actually hurts these perceptions. There is a psychology effect that your cost price will have on your target market. From a branding and profit perspective, it is best to position your course as the premium options in your market. Reason number 4, competing on price is a race to the bottom. No matter what price you set for your course, someone out there will always be able to beat it. Competing on price alone is a race to the bottom. Customers that only want to buy at the lower price are not the customers that you want anyway. Don't waste your time trying to serve these people. So focus on marketing your course to people who will respect the value of it, and who are not going to cancel their purchase and ask for a refund the moment they find similar costs that are cheaper. Reason number 5. Lower prices attract lower quality customers. Think about it, how many books you have bought in the $20 to $30 price range. Now think about how many of those books you actually finished reading. Not all of them, am I right? Don't feel bad, we all done it. As consumers, we tend to value the things we buy in the direct proportionals to the price we pay for them. The same logic applies to online course. When someone buys your course for a low price, there is a higher chance that they won't complete the course and that they won't implement what they have learned. Why? Because they have less skin in the game. When you spend several $100s, and especially when you spend $1,000 or more on an online course, there is a higher probability that you will complete the course and implement what you've learned because you have an incentive to get a return on your investment. A higher cost price attracts more qualified and more committed students. In addition, the price carries another purpose to filter the customers. I've shared about this before. Most of what you attract will be cheapskate people if your price is not high. I'm not saying you can't sell cheap course to cheap customers, but there are many downsides to cheap customers. For example, cheapskate customer will have many questions before buying, and those problems are usually low quality, stupid questions. For example, does it really work? Can I really do it? What if I can't do it? What if I can't learn anything? I'm afraid of so many things. These are so-called the low quality or stupid questions. Even if these people buy your course, they will still ask you many stupid questions afterward. Maybe when they run into a bit of problems, where the answer can be obtained with a quick googling, they will come and ask you, making a big deal out for the problems. For example, they don't know how to open the browser incognito windows. They can just Google how to open incognito windows and get the answers right away. They just want to spend time waiting for you to answer them. If you don't answer them right away, they also will repeat the same message to urge you. If you don't reply them immediately, they might give you a negative review of the course. Frankly speaking, people who can't even solve such a small problem alone are really hard to succeed. If both your students are made out of these cheap customers, it will be tough for you. When you first start teaching online, it will be hard to resist the temptation to charge a lower price for your course. Maybe you don't have the confidence to charge a high price. Maybe you don't have a lot of content to include in your course yet. Maybe you have no idea what your target market is willing to pay for your course. Maybe you don't have a large audience or email list you can promote your course to. Whatever the case is, we totally get it. Plus, there are probably a ton of free resources online teaching the same thing that you want to teach in your course. Knowing this, you're probably asking yourself why someone would be willing to pay a higher price for your course when there are so many free and inexpensive resources that can utilize instead. Yes, there are plenty of people out there who don't mind spending countless hours of their valuable time shifting through free information online. But these are the people that will rarely spend a significant amount of money on information products on online courses. There are also many people who routinely buy several cheap courses but never actually complete them until they have forgotten about or become obsolete. But the good news is that there is a third group of people out there, people who are gladly pay a premium in exchange for high quality information that is organized and delivered in a format that is convenient for them. They want to learn from and have an access to an expert, and they want to pay for that privilege. Not only they will complete your course, they will also implement what they learn. These are the people you want to create your course for. So the more you want to help students, the more you should charge them. You should charge them a higher fees for your online course. The more you charge, the more they pay attention. The more committed your students, the more they finish the course, the more results they get, and the more testimonial you have. I have talked about so much about the benefits of raising the course price. Now, I know the biggest question on many people's mind right now is how to increase the price. Will my course sell well after raising the price? Will anyone buy it from me? If you increase the price cost and your course doesn't sell well, it's not about the price. It's down to the positioning or value of your course or the problem in your sales process. For example, you can reposition your course to a higher purchasing power audience. I have clients who transition from a yoga class for the general public to a yoga class for women, then to a yoga class for newborn mummies. Speaking to this case study, I want to share with you one important fundamental here. It's easier to sell a 2,000 course than a 200 course. Many people may not believe it when they hear this, me either. But what I found out is that cheapskate customer will not consider the more expensive courses. The group of cheapskate customer will leave as soon as they saw the price. And even if they purchase it, you will realize they will come back and ask for a refund in the end. As for those willing to pay a high price for the course, they don't ask stupid questions like, does it really work? What if I can't learn? Instead, the question they will be asking is always, how can I make it work? How the class will be conducted? As long as you can answer them, they will be willing to buy your course because these people know about the principle of you get what you pay for. Therefore, it's always easier to close the deals from a high purchasing audience. They know that cheap stuff won't give them the help that they need. If they want better resources and assistance, naturally they will have to pay a higher price when they join the course. And they won't ask a bunch of stupid questions like those cheapskate customers, as if they are kids from kindergartens where you need to babysit them all the time. And most importantly, these high quality customers are more grateful. They will see the value of your course and thank you for your help. This way, you have more satisfied customers. If most of your students are cheap customers, you can get negative reviews easily. So let me ask you, what kind of clients do you want? Which group of customers do you want to serve? I believe most people would like their clients to be high quality, rational, and grateful, right? If you want these clients, please be sure to increase the price of your course. At least it must be over $500 because we can use the price to filter the customers. If you don't want problematic customers, you must increase your course fees. Speaking of this, some people may be thinking, okay, I understand, I have to increase the price of my course, but I don't think my course is that valuable. What should I do? Do I really have to sell it that high price? It feels that the value doesn't match the fees. Now, if you want to increase your course fee, of course, you will also have to improve the value that you are providing. You can't be charging $1,000 for a 1-hour basic online course, right? There are many ways to add value, but the key principle is always based on what are the steps, checklists, videos, content that I need to include in the course to help them to save more time and achieve their result as far as possible. You can also add in 2 days online teachings or different kind of similar supports so that people will feel more worth it and therefore willing to pay higher. And other examples, let's say the students need to learn about online advertising, but the advertising is not your forte. You may collaborate with an advertising expert and invite them to your class to share their knowledge and teach your students. Of course, you need to pay and share the profit with them. But because your course provides training on more skills, naturally you can charge the students at a higher price. At this time, some of you may have another question. Those online courses that teach people to make money will naturally be priced higher because students can earn their money back after learning about it. But if my course have nothing to do with making money, how do I charge them a higher price? It's simple. I'll share 3 examples. Let's say your course is helping couples to solve marriage and relationship problems. Don't think that the value you can provide is only worth a few $100s. You need to know that if the couple get divorced, their asset will be divided and also have to deal with countless of legal procedures, which could be depressing. If your customer get divorced without your help, the price that they will be paying is undoubtedly not just a few $100s. It must be tens of thousands of dollars. But if you help couples to repair their relationship and avoid divorce, can you see how much time and money you can save them? Now, if you look from this perspective, are your costs worth more and more valuable? You can also use this perspective as part of the sales page in your webinar. It will help you to overcome a lot of objections and increase your sales. Let me share with you another example. I have a student who is selling hobby course. She is teaching people how to do DIY organic skincare. You can easily sell a hobby course at a few $100s, but for her to charge at least thousands and above, she combines her hobby course with e-commerce skills, therefore becoming an online entrepreneurship course specialized in DIY skincare products. Do you see how to increase your value now and thereby increase your course fees? And let me share with you the third examples. If you teach your students how to lose weight, some people may feel that how a weight loss course can be priced at thousands of dollars. You have to think that if those obese people don't get your help and lose weight, they might get diabetes and a lot of other health problems. They might need to go other doctors frequently, receive treatments, take a lot of medicine, etc. It will cost them even more money. Also, obesity will affect their interpersonal relationship. They may lose self-confidence when it comes to finding their ideal partners. Now, if you take everything above into account, what's the price that we have to pay? The consequences may no longer be measured in monetary terms, but if you can help them to lose weight successfully, they won't spend a lot of time and money in the hospitals. They will also become more confident and they can find their ideal partners. How much do you think this is worth to them? Now, do you see? Position and selling this way will definitely help you to raise your online course price to a few $1000s. So remember, how much you price your course depends on how valuable the outcomes you can help your students to achieve. The more you can help your students to achieve desirable results, the higher you can charge. Charging higher not only will get you more grateful and satisfied customers, in the long run, you have more profits to spend on your marketing budget, thereby making you more profit. Okay, that's it for this video. If you thought that this episode was helpful, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel and let me know what you think in the comments sections below. And hey, if you like this episode, remember to go to the link around this video to get my new training. I'll see you in the next video.